Jai Maa, Jai Gurudev, Har Har Mahadev. I bow down at the lotus feet of my Gurus and my Guru Parampara. I am speaking on the topic of Panchamakaras. This topic is going on. This is the 5th video in this topic, and we are still on the first subject, which is called Madya. So Panchamakaras have 5 things which are grossly misinterpreted in today's time, and Tantra is getting a bad image because of this. People think Tantra means drinking wine, offering meat, offering fish, practicing sex, group sex, sexual gestures. Well, this is not what is Tantra. Whatever is Tantra has been explained by Lord Shiva. It's a word between Ma Parvati or Ma, Divine Mother, and Bhagwan Shiv. Bhagwan Shiv mentioned this Panchamakaras, but all these things are so intrinsic. I am going to explain those intrinsic meanings because this is an Adesh, as you say, as ordered by my Gurus and Bhagwan Shiv, to bring out the real essence of Tantra and to re-establish it in its full glory, to re-establish Sattvic Tantra, which was predominant in olden times. In Kali Yuga, because of Kali, the effects of Kali, people are not understanding Tantra, and it is getting it is becoming infamous. So we will refer to certain scriptures, tantric scriptures. My whole goal is to bring out those shlokas from the scriptures and give the real proof of what Bhagwan meant, as explained by my Gurus and Bhagwan Shiva himself. Speaking about the Panchamakaras, Bhagwan said different meanings. And he says, Tair Archanam Guptya, do it intrinsically, secretly. Anything done externally is a waste of time. When somebody worships internally by understanding the meaning of this 5 makaras, he says that person will experience the highest bliss. The bliss of self-realization. Anando Brahmano Rupam Tattu Deha Vyavasthitam. Many people don't even understand that Brahmano. I always ask my students and everybody to first understand Gita, then come to Tantra. Because if I start explaining each and every word, it will again become a class of Gita. So for that, please go to the channel. There are Gita lectures. You can hear all those Gita lectures from start to finish. There are close to 121 lectures on Gita. Every shloka explained, every word explained. What is Brahman realization? What is Dvait? What is Advait? Everything. Understand those terms and terminologies. Unless you understand the vocabulary of spiritual science, all these books will be very confusing. So for that reason, those who want to learn from me, I tell them, please learn the Gita first. If you understand the concepts of Gita, then Tantra becomes easy. So here, I don't want you to get confused. Anando Brahmano Rupam Tattu Dehe Vyavasthitam. That great soul, that bliss is inside the soul itself. And that appears externally as 5 makaras. Out of that, the Madya makara. Madya means intoxication. It has dual meanings. External intoxication, worldly intoxication, or internal intoxication. External intoxication means you are intoxicated for worldly things. The more you are intoxicated for worldly things, the more animalistic you will become. Somebody is intoxicated with lust, somebody is intoxicated with pride, somebody is intoxicated with greed. It is only going to make you animalistic. But the same senses which are going outside, when you think inside and you get intoxicated with the divine love of God, any form, Shiva, Krishna, Devi. When that is inside, that intoxication is Madya. It becomes nectar. One intoxication in the world is binding, it will make you animalistic. Intoxication within, inside, in that high spirit, with that enthusiasm. When you are trying to know who you are, that is called intrinsic worship, and Bhagavan recommends that, and that is called Madya. I explained this in one of the videos, the first video of this whole series, and then I took the topic of Madya as explained in the Kularnava Tantra. From there the journey starts from Madya, and then Bhagavan said Maas means all the actions that you are doing, whatever external actions you are doing, do it for God. Same way Bhagavan is explained in Gita also. Gita is very easy to understand for the modern Yuga because Bhagavan came as Krishna and gave it to us. Tantric texts sometimes are very confusing. In Tantra, the most important thing is to go to a guru and understand the text from the guru. But the problem of today's world is there are no such gurus. Because gurus also, I met many, but they don't even, themselves don't know. They have not opened the Tantras. And even if they have opened the Tantras, I ask them, who is your guru? And they had no answers. You have to have a living guru or the right guru to understand the thing that is given in Tantras. So Maamsa means all your actions, karma. Maamsa. Mean means your mind, which is always swimming in the worldly waters. Bring it back to God. So Madya, Maamsa, Matsya, Mudra. Mudra's gestures. Certain things which will, you do different gestures outside in the world to live. And there are certain internal gestures which you do to connect yourself to that point from where you have come. And Maithuna means people think sex because that's what their understanding is. But no, Mithun means two. Two means you are the soul. Whose part and parcel are you? You are the part and parcel of that super soul. All these fundamentals are explained in Gita. So I always, as I told, again and again, I am going to tell the same thing. If I am able to explain Tantra, it is because of understanding Bhagavad Gita. All these terms that I use, Paramatma, Brahma, Union, Maithun, Shiva, Shakti, every term you have to understand. If you understand the vocabulary, then you understand the books. Like in chemistry, if you understand the periodic table, then you understand the equations. If you don't know that, waste. For understanding mathematics, you have to know the terms. Area, volume, pentagon, hexagon, these terms you should know. If you know, then you can understand. Same way, to understand any scripture, you must know the vocabulary. And Bhagavad Gita makes it very easy. So do attend, do listen, do your homework if you are sincere in this path. Alright, let us go to the main topic. The topic was Madya, which people misinterpreted as liquor, alcohol, wine. Well, that is not what is mentioned in the Kularnava Tantra. Bhagavan Maa has asked for us, Kali Yugi people, that in Kali Yuga these people, there will be some kids, some of my seekers, because we are all her children, okay, understand this, we are all her children. So she knows our troubles. She's like, I will have some good students, some good kids who want to know more about me, but in Kali Yuga Tantras will be, given a different color altogether by all these Vamacharis. So please explain the process correctly. And Bhagavan has explained the process very correctly. That thing what you call Madya, Maa says it is Kuladravya. That is an offering which has to be given to mother or the deities in the puja. And how are these Kuladravyas prepared? Maa has asked that specifically, and Bhagavan mentioned 3 Kuladravyas. One was the Paishti Kuladravya, one was the Gaudi, and then the Madhavi. And all these 3 Kuladravyas or these elixirs are nothing but herbal tonics, made with certain process. This is what has to be offered and not the store bought liquor which you think pleases Bhairav or Bhairavi or mother or no. Those store bought liquors which you are offering and then you are drinking, let me tell you, all those evil spirits are taking them, and then you meet some guru who says, oh, I am a siddha, because he has gotten his siddhis from some bhoot, from some ghost. We are not going on that way. Our path is the Sattvic Tantra. We are practicing Sattvic Tantra. Our path is to go to Divine Mother. Whatever offering we do, it goes to the divine people, to the divine beings, and not to the ghostly beings. For evil spirits, we have something else. But they are not coming in path of our worship. They better be in their line. A tantric's approach is very different. So now, let us get back to the main thing where Bhagavan Shiv says, after describing the 3 herbal tonics, now he is saying, I am describing 11 more types of Madya, 11 more types of Dravya which can be offered to the deities. What are that? They are made out of fruits. What are those? He says, Panas. Panas means jackfruit. It is made out of jackfruit. Then Draksha means it is made out of grapes. Then Madhuk Nirmit, Madhuk Fal, Mahua. And then there is dates, some liquors made out of dates. And then Tal Vriksh, toddy palm. And then Ikshu from sugar cane. Then Mulhati. Mulhati is a root, okay. Madhutha. And then from honey. And then from coconut water, and Shidhu and Mary, 2 more herbal names he has taken. So anything made using this also is acceptable to the deity. We must offer that. Paishti, Gaudi, Madhvi cha, Vigyaya, Trividhasura, Sarvasiddhikari, Paishti, Gaudi, Bhoga Pradayani. This elixirs, when the made in this way, when we offer it to Devi, she is very happy, and you can get all siddhis by taking them, and they can give you all sorts of enjoyment that you are looking. And those who are desirous of liberation must exactly follow. Here he is saying, Madhvi Mukti Kari. Those who are desirous of liberation should exactly follow the process of Madhvi and offer that to Divine Mother, and then you can partake it as a prasadam. So and also it says Vidya Pradaikshavi Geya Drakshi Rajya Pradai Bhavet. The one which is made out of sugar cane, those liquids, they are very good. They will energize your brain cells, and that's why you will be able to have a strong memory power. And the one which is made out of grapes, that can give you all sorts of bliss, whatever you are looking for. And there are others which are made out of dates. They also give you such brains by which you can apply, you can be very good in business. Means those kind of faculties, the brain's faculties are developed, that you can apply them in your life and gain riches also by doing this kind of offerings to the deity and taking it as prasadam. And then he says, Madhu Kaja Gyanakari Madhvi Ki Roganashini. There is one which is made out of mahua flowers, and that is very good. That also will help you in your memory and knowledge. And there is the one which is made out of honey, Madhvi. Honey can remove many diseases of the body. So honey is very widely used, in India and in many other cultures also. I have seen when somebody is sick, cold or anything, they'll use honey as the base to prepare these medicines. So even you go to Ayurvedic treatment centers, they'll have many of these medicines, herbs which are taken with honey. So Bhagavan is putting emphasis on that honey, Madhvi, okay. And there is one which is made out of Mereya, and that is also very good. It removes lot of toxins from the body, so that also is very good. Chira Vriksha Samudbhatam Madhyam Valkala Sambhavam Madhu Pushpa Samudbhatam Asvam Tandulodbhavam. Then he mentions Asvam, Asav. These are herbal preparations made out of some trees, which give the white sap. So when you cut the bark, they'll give you white sap. So those barks you must take and you must prepare those Ayurvedic preparations. As these are all in detail mentioned in the Ayurvedic books. So Bhagavan is taking those names, and then he says these are also good. And the one which is made out of the flowers of mahua, it is very intoxicating, but it is very good for health. And then he says there is a fourth one which is very very good. It is made out of rice water. In some Mexican cultures I have seen they make a drink which is made out of rice. So you can use those also. So rice water liquors which are made out of rice water is also very good and very sweet and nice. Then he goes on saying, Yasyanando nirvikara modascha manohara madhyam taduttamam devi devinam devanam pratidayakam. Now this is very important what he is mentioning. After mentioning all these liquors, all these elixirs or spirits which are distilled from all those ingredients, Bhagavan mentions certain thing which is very important, that this is very good for your health. By drinking them, you will feel happy, and the best part is there will not be any, your consciousness will always be pure, your consciousness will not fall down. The ones which are store bought in today's yuga, I have seen, after drinking 2 or 3 even wine, when people, they have, or any drugs people have, any intoxicants people have, it corrupts their brain cells. And all those things which you are supposed to control, like lust, that lust will increase, greed or anything, pride or anger, something will just come out. So those who drink, they lose control of their consciousness very soon. But these elixirs or these herbal tonics which are mentioned, their processes may look like, it's the same process as alcohol making, but this herbal decoctions do not bring this kind of transformation which is animalistic in you. They do not arouse your animalistic tendencies, rather they arouse your divine tendencies, your spiritual tendencies, and they will suppress the animal tendencies. So that is why he says, Bhagavan says, this is the best part of these medicines, that there is no vikaras in you, and you will be happy, and your mind will always be in a very great state. And such kind of herbal elixirs or herbal decoctions or madhya is liked by the devatas also. And then Bhagavan says, how to drink it? What has to be your mindset to drink it? Atme champoriyet. You should drink to please your consciousness, to purify your soul. Patram paramananda vardhanam etad amodakam dravyam sarvadeva priyam priye. You should not drink because your mind, to give something to your mind, because most people they drink is to numb their mind, because people are having stress. So what's the easy way to numb your mind? Drink alcohol. But here it is not mentioned like that. You are not drinking alcohol here to numb your mind. You are drinking this elixir to purify your consciousness, to give happiness to your soul. So this is to give you bliss for your soul. So like that he mentions very clear, when you drink this, the goal is not to corrupt your brains, not to become mad, not to become intoxicated. This is just to make all the organs proper. The organs are working the whole day. All your organs are working the whole day. So if you take this little decoction, herbal decoction, all this, the organs, the nerves, everything gets rest. They get the proper nutrition which is required, because when they are working, they are depleted of the nutrition. So when you take this elixirs which is offered in the way it is prepared, it will give the nutrition to all the nerves and all the organs. All these organs, Bhagavan says, all the devatas are in all these organs. So we have 11 organs, 5 karmendriyas by which we do actions, 5 gyanendriyas by which we get knowledge, our mind. All of these are given the proper nutrition required because they are working the whole day. So to give them the proper nutrition, this Madhvi, Gaudi and Peshti or the other elixirs which are mentioned are given as prasadam. They do not corrupt your mind, rather they will help your senses. And he says one should know and consume them wisely. This is not to make you behosh or unconscious. No, this is not to make you that. And Bhagavan says, Sura darshana matrena sarva papai pramunchate tad gandha grana matrena shatkatu phalam labet. He says, just by seeing the elixirs also, you will feel nice. Just by smelling the elixirs also, all your sins will go away. And then by just touching the elixirs also, you will get a lot of good karmas. And he says, but he's saying, Devi tatpanataha sakshalaben mukti chaturvidam. If somebody is preparing the elixirs, the spirits, just like this, as mentioned in the scriptures, then yes, definitely all their 4 desires of dharma, artha, kama, moksha, which dharma means religiosity, artha means wealth, kama means all the desires, and moksha means liberation. All this will be fulfilled because the deities are happy with only this. And then he says, one who is drinking this, they will not go towards sinful tendencies. It is impossible because these herbs are purifying the mind, the senses, the consciousness. So those people who give this to God and then they take it, they become purified, and that is why their sinful tendencies, their animalistic tendencies will be reduced. And because of that, all the 4 goals, practicing religion, fulfilling your desires while practicing religion, earning the righteous wealth, and then in the end achieving liberation becomes easy. And by drinking this, he says, Iksha Shakti Suramode Jnana Shakti Satadrase Taswade Chakriya Shakti Tadullase Parasita. He says, by doing this, your willpower also will become strengthened because it is a tonic for your brain. By doing this, your Kriya Shakti will be strengthened because this is a tonic for your senses. And by drinking this, your willpower will be strengthened because you are thinking rightly and wisely. When you drink the store-bought alcohol, that wisdom goes away. But here, the wisdom will not go away. Wisdom will be increased. Madhira brahmaga prokta chitta shodhana sadhana tasamekam samaritya puja karam samacharet. So this, what I have mentioned, O Parvati, are very good and they are good for your self-realization. You can take any of these Madya, any of these spirits and offer it to Bhagavan, and then you, any of this herbal tonic, offer it to Bhagavan, Devi or Bhagavan, and then you take it. And Matsya, Maamsa, Vijayam Chashtagandhai Sumishitam Sammadhe Vatikam Kritva Sangha Grayat Vichakshana Madhya Bhavetu Vatikam Jale Sanyujya Tarpayet. You can take all of this together and then make whatever has been taught. You can make powders also of it, and those powdered form which he has spoken in the earlier thing, that also can be taken and mixed with Ashtagandha and applied. And then he says, there's another one, easy one. He says, if none of this you can do, then he says there is one easy one which I am going to give you. And what is that? This is the last sloka. Gudam mishrena takrena tarpayed madhubhajina savirena atva kuryadetate karmano lopayed pramadad yadi lupayed devata shapamavnapuyat. He is warning. First he said all the good things that will happen by offering this kind of things to the deity. Now he is warning. He is warning that if you do not follow the scriptural procedures, then the devatas will be unhappy. So what is important here is still, if anybody tells you, oh no, Madira was mentioned in the tantras, alcohol has to be given to the Bhairavs and the Bhairavis, please go and tell them no, that is wrong method. Shiva says God is unhappy here, it is, and rather you will get shrap. You will be cursed by those devatas and the devis if you go and offer this kind of alcohol to the devatas. Pramada dedi lupayet. If you are so lazy that you don't want to prepare all this decoctions and you just find an easy way out, go and offer the liquor. He says, you will get the curse, you will incur in sin, so do not do this. He's warning. Because mother had asked, what if somebody does not follow the scriptural process? He says, they will incur sin. So do not follow the wrong method. If we cannot do all these methods, then Bhagavan has given us an easy method. What you must offer? He says, Guda mishrena tarkena tarpayed madhubhajina sauvirena atva kuryadet karmana lopayet. You should offer buttermilk in which some jaggery is mixed or brown sugar. So take buttermilk mixed with some brown sugar or jaggery and then offer it to Devi. Devatas are pleased and you can partake of this buttermilk. It is like in India when we offer Panchamrit. In Panchamrit this is what we offer. So actually the whole process is to offer Panchamrit only. So Panchamrit, even if it gets fermented, it is better. You can offer that and drink it. It is good for you, for your health. And then you can mix something sauvir. He has taken one more herb and then mix it with buttermilk. You can also offer that. All of these are very cooling to the mind and the nerves, and this can be taken and they are very helpful, very healthy. And Bhagavan says, those who are following the path of Kulmarga means worshipping Devi or doing this tantric worship. They must be very careful about practicing this dharma. They should not do anything else which is not recommended in the scriptures. If somebody does that, then definitely all the Kul Devatas will be unhappy and that person will incur a sin. So with this, we come to the end of the discussion on Madya or so-called wine as mentioned in the Tantras. Follow the right process, do not incur sins. And the right process is, if you cannot do all of this, in the end what he said, take buttermilk, put some jaggery, offer it to Devi and take it as prasad, helpful for you, for your body and your consciousness, and your tantric procedure is also done without any tension. Okay, so with this we end the topic of wine. Next videos we will discuss about Mass, meat, what Bhagavan says about meat in the Tantras. Till then, Jai Gurudev, Jai Maa, Har Har Mahadev.